Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the life of a professional boxer, George Foreman, and Kentucky, Muhammad Ali. We warmly remember and honor the lives of two cherished souls, whose legacy and spirit continue to inspire and uplift us all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exclusive content on your favorite celebrities. It was October 30th, 1974, and the world watched as two giants stood in the ring under the sweltering heat of Kinshasa, Zaire. One was Muhammad Ali, a man who had been stripped of his title and fought his way back for redemption. The other was George Foreman, a brutal force of nature, the reigning heavyweight champion, who had crushed Joe Frazier and Ken Norton with terrifying ease. The rumble in the jungle was more than just a boxing match. It was a battle of ideologies, a contest of willpower, a spectacle that would cement both men's places in history. Ali, ever the showman, had worked the crowd into a frenzy. He called Foreman a mummy, a slow-moving, plodding giant. He chanted, "Ali bomaye, Ali, kill him," as the people of Zaire echoed his cry. But Foreman was undeterred. He had heard Ali's taunts before, had seen the bravado, the poetry, the playful jabs at his character. But Foreman wasn't there for words. He was there to destroy. The bell rang, and Foreman came out swinging. His punches were like cannon fire, each blow carrying enough force to drop an ordinary man. But Ali, instead of dancing and dodging as expected, leaned against the ropes. Foreman pounded him relentlessly. The world gasped. Was Ali making a mistake? Was this his end? But Ali was playing chess while everyone else played checkers. He had developed a strategy, rope-a-dope. He absorbed Foreman's punches, let the younger man tire himself out. By the 8th round, Foreman's arms felt like lead, his breath labored. Then, with the speed of a lightning bolt, Ali struck. A right hand to the face, another to the jaw. Foreman staggered, his body collapsing to the canvas. He tried to rise, but his strength was gone. The count reached 10. Ali had done the impossible. The world erupted. Muhammad Ali had reclaimed his throne. 4 years, Foreman carried the loss like a shadow. He disappeared from boxing, seeking solace in faith. He became a minister, turned his back on the sport that had defined him. Meanwhile, Ali continued his journey, battling foes in the ring and injustice outside of it. But time is relentless. Age caught up with Ali, and his body, once so fluid and powerful, slowed under the weight of Parkinson's disease. The world watched as the once great fighter, the man who had danced under the lights of Zaire, grew quieter, his words softer. Foreman, too, had changed. The fierce, intimidating fighter who had once terrified opponents now smiled easily, a preacher spreading messages of hope. But deep inside, the fire still burned. The need to prove himself never left him. So, after a decade away, he made an audacious decision. He would return to the ring. People laughed. He was old, overweight, out of shape. But Foreman, the man once felled in the jungle, trained with a quiet intensity. His comeback was steady, slow, almost miraculous. The years had made him wiser, and he fought with patience, using his power in bursts rather than fury. Then, in 1994, at the age of 45, Foreman shocked the world again. Against Michael Moorer, the reigning heavyweight champion 19 years his junior, Foreman found himself behind on the scorecards. Then, in the 10th round, he threw a single, crushing right hand that sent Moorer to the canvas. The referee counted, and just like that, Foreman became the oldest heavyweight champion in history. As the years passed, Foreman and Ali's rivalry softened into friendship. The man who had once called Foreman slow and lumbering now spoke of him with respect. Foreman, in turn, never harbored resentment. He saw Ali for what he was, not just a fighter, but a man who had changed the world. When Ali's health declined, Foreman was one of the first to honor him, speaking of his courage, his heart, his unbreakable spirit. And when Ali passed in 2016, Foreman wept, saying that part of boxing's soul had gone with him. Foreman himself lived on, his life an example of redemption, reinvention, and perseverance. He became more than a boxer. He was a preacher, a businessman, a father who named all his sons George. His grill, a simple kitchen appliance, became a household staple, making him wealthier than boxing ever did. But he never forgot where he came from, never stopped speaking about the journey that had defined him. Then, on March 21, 2025, the world bid farewell to Big George Foreman. His passing marked the end of an era, a final chapter in a life that had seen darkness and light, failure and triumph. But his story, like Ali's, would never fade. For they were more than champions. They were legends, bound forever in the story of boxing, two men who fought not just with their fists, but with their hearts. We mourn the passing of two remarkable souls, cherishing their legacy and impact. May they rest in eternal peace.